After taking 50 interviews and cracking 5 of 6 interviews I have given in my entire career, I can tell you what's going to get you in no matter what job you applied for. 9 years ago, I had to give an interview. I had to travel to a different city. And I had booked a bus which would leave around 10 p.m. at night and reach by 5 a.m. because I had no money for the flight. And it was like 9-10 years ago. What happened was I reached at 5 a.m. in the morning. Okay, 5 a.m. A different city, like a strange city completely. I didn't know anybody over there. I had not booked a hotel because there was no money for booking the hotel. I wanted the job. I wanted to work. Okay. And 5 a.m. sharp, it reached. I get out of the bus. I get out of the bus exactly, I think, a kilometer away from the interview venue, the office where I had to go for the interview. So, and what happened then? It starts raining. It starts to rain. I was looking for a shed, anything that I could just get in. Of course, I had a night travel, so I wanted to change, I wanted to get fresh. After a lot of scouting, I could find an ATM, and I had no option. It was raining. I had to have a shed that time. I just went and there was a security. So there were 2 chairs, I remember. I requested him, I said, I have to sit here because it's raining. So he said, fine, no problem. It was kind enough to me. I sat on the chair, very sleepy, extremely sleepy. My head was spinning. I had an interview which was a make or break point for my life because I wanted the job that time, and I sat and I waited that time. I waited. So there was a bank, of course, next to the ATM. I waited till 9 o'clock because 9:30 is the time when the banks are open. So I went at 9 o'clock, still raining like heavily. And I went to the bank. I asked the guard again that I wanted to use the restroom. He said it's not open, so you might just come later. I said fine, 9:30 was the time it was opening. I went back, I sat in the ATM again. And then again, I went at 9:30. Remember, 10 o'clock was my interview, and I had to rush for the interview immediately after I'm ready. And I requested them, I wanted just a simple restroom with a mirror, and I want to get ready. I went there, I got ready for the interview. I put on my best blazer, my best makeup ever I could do. And now here's the catch. I go for the interview. I decided to forget about what has happened with me, forget about what happened, it's okay, and forget about what's gonna come next. I wanted to my mind was that's what I say, mind in the moment. It's now or never. If we go with this mindset that it's now or never, I don't care if I had a fight with my colleague, with my whatever, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, or with my partner, with my sister, with my roommate. I don't care if I had a fight. I don't care if someone just literally abused me on the way. I don't care about all this because this is make or break point for me. This is my life. It's a do or die, and I don't care about things which has happened with me. I have to be in the now. What do you say? Well, that's what it's in the now. You have to give your full in the interview. Mind has to be there. Now, it could have turned worse for me, by the way. I was so sleepy. I could have been frustrated and angry and depressed, which I, of course, a little was, but I didn't want it to impact on my interview because it's my interview. I have to give my best. So it turns out, not only I get the job, it was literally a career twist for me in terms of the pay scale I got. It was unbelievably 233% hike on my previous pay scale or whatever I had. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds mad because I also felt like, so I asked him a particular amount and he offered much higher. And I think that was one of the best interviews I've ever given in my life. I would say the best interview. Maybe that whatever had happened with me was channeled into a positive and a very assertive and a very not giving up sort of emotion and attitude, and I was wanting to channel all that frustration into something positive. You see that what happened, right? This is how you transform your, if you can say, your negative energies or your whatever emotions you're feeling into something positive. You need a very strong mindset to do that. You need to think about the consequences which are going to come up and then act upon it. Whenever you go for an interview, you have to remember two examples I'm going to give you. Very simple. You have to remember a point in your own life where you believe that you were your best ever, like one of your best ever situations in terms of you meeting someone, you're closing a deal, you're giving an amazing interview which you cracked, something where you feel that in your life, or giving a presentation in your college, like you were really good at that, or maybe just walking the ramp in your so anything where you had reflected that confidence in you, or you win a situation, you got to remember any situation of your life where you were there and you were your best. What will happen is your body, your mind, and your face, your emotions, it'll start reflecting the same kind of emotion. It's the emotion of it'll channel that confidence, the poise, the feeling you've had when you actually won that deal. So always think about that best you were when you were your best, and wow, that's what I'm going to feel today. Or number second, try to channel someone you admire when you walk in an interview. Someone maybe admired from the business world, from this, anywhere, entrepreneurship world, and when you enter, try to channel their poise, their confidence, and how they really deal with situations, and then enter with that confidence. And but remember one thing: do not what I have seen people imitating people, other people, it strips you off of your unique self. If I am trying to imitate someone, say I really admire anybody, okay, I admire someone in the entrepreneurship world or in the media world, and I try to imitate them, I lose myself. I lose how I speak or how I behave. I really inspire, I'm really inspired by them. I really adore them. I admire them, but I want to, of course, I want to channel their poise, their confidence, and the way they speak, and the way they are already there. But then I don't have to forget my unique self, because that is what's going to set me apart. Your unique self is your story. If you lose that, there's no point. World want to see more of you, not of anybody else, or not of you imitating someone else. They don't want to see that. So remember, you try to channel the poise and confidence of someone you admire, but don't forget yourself. The first 10 seconds. The first 4 seconds in the video, you must have heard about the hook. The first 10 seconds is going to decide your make or break point. The first 10 seconds, the first question ever asked is the golden chance for you, because the first question ever will be an opportunity for you where you will never be stopped. That's the chance for you to talk about all the best things about yourself. I'll tell you what happens. I've taken out so many interviews. There has been 99% of the time, the answer has been same. The first question, what we ask usually, what people get to ask usually is, tell me about yourself, right? That is the most common question. Always try to do things which can be what will happen if I try this differently? This has been tried like this forever. That's so common. Now, what if I try something, the same thing but differently? So always think, how will I set apart myself? Because this has been such a common norm. The answer has been, so tell me about yourself. What has the answer been? Okay, what I have literally encountered every time, that my name, it starts with my name is this, I'm from this city, I've done my graduation in this, I stay here, I stay with my, I have a work experience of these many years, good, I have a resume, I can see that. You are trying to sell your skills and capabilities, and I don't know why should I have. So the question when they ask you, tell me about yourself, first of all, they will never stop you when you answer that. Second of all, it's an opportunity for you to sell your capabilities, to sell your commitments, to sell your values. It is not, I'm not on a date with you. I don't want to know where are you from right now. I didn't want to know your name. I know your name already. I have seen your CV. I've seen your resume already. Okay, you stay here. You are from this. Good. We can talk about it later. But what am I gonna do with all this? I want to know what are you going to do for us? How are you going to benefit from us? And what are you going to do for our company? How we both are going to be best fit for each other. You are selling your capabilities. I have seen this answer, and it's so common, and either you will bore the person, or you will really grab his attention. Either you'll make him sleep or you will really hook him. What you're going to do, I'm going to tell you the answer has to be divided into three different steps, which you will note down right now. For any job, for that matter, I'm going to give an example of you applying for a sales job. You have to figure out three things which you're going to include in your answer. Short and crisp, beautiful answer. And trust me, I guarantee you, you will not be stopped on this answer, because instead the guy will lean in towards you and you'll see the smile on the guy's face, on the person's face, if you give the answer this way I'm going to tell you. Number one, you have to include your skills and achievements. Number second, your value and ethics. Number third, your promise and your commitments. Now let's take an example of a sales job. Having a closure rate of so and so percent, or having a high closure rate. Or if you're not so experienced, that's also fine. What you can say, I believe I embody exceptional convincing skills without being too pushy. I strongly believe that sales is about leading the customer to the right place. I'm a great communicator and can strategize the closures very well. Integrity is very dear to me. I never give up on task until done. I'm willing to learn and adapt. Very strong-willed and goal-oriented. I believe that life should have certain concrete goals. And because of my work ethics, I will ensure that I will get the work done on time and I keep up with the company's goals. Now you see the difference. There's a huge difference. You already have won the deal. Trust me. You already have won his confidence, won his trust. If you speak like this, especially for a sales job, because that's a skill. You are actually, your skill is being tested in the interview as well, because you're trying to sell something here. What are you trying to sell? You're trying to sell your capabilities, your skills, your community. You're trying to sell everything of you. So, even if you're going for any interview, your skills, achievements, your value ethics, and your promise and commitment towards the company, these three things you have to include in your first sentence, first answer. You will see a huge change in your results. You will see a huge change, I promise to you. Next is tonality. Now, you have to, so when you say something assertively with enthusiasm and excitement, you come out as someone who is very motivated. And when you are excited, it makes the other person also very excited about it. And you will see a natural smile on the interview face when you speak like that. How are you going to speak? You have to emphasize. I don't want you guys to be unnatural. You don't have to sound unnatural. But an enthusiasm of some kind in life is anyhow required. So when you speak, especially in an interview or a sales meeting, sales encounter, you have to focus and emphasize on certain words. I believe I embody exceptional convincing skills without being too pushy. I strongly believe that sales is all about leading the customer to the right place. I'm a great communicator and I can strategize the deals really well. This has a very beautiful voice modulation. The way I've spoken the sentence, there were a lot of voice modulations, and I could emphasize on words I have to, like I believe, I strongly believe. So when you say I strongly believe that, you don't have to do this, but I strongly believe. So you have to show, or you have to show genuine excitement. It has to be genuinely coming from your heart. Now, because I've been into sales and marketing my whole life, when I talk about sales, I have so much of enthusiasm in me when I speak about it, and it comes natural to some people. So if it's not natural to you, it's absolutely fine. You can try to embody, you can try to imbibe, inculcate that with practice. It'll naturally come to you. Especially in encounters like this, you have to emphasize on certain words. It's really important and really effective. It shows it reflects genuine interest. Last is keeping the proof with you of your best work, be it an image. Suppose you are entering for a designing interview, you ensure you keep your best work you have had done, or maybe your college assignment, to quickly just for him to get a glance that it does nothing but it increases the credibility of your work, and it builds the trust, confidence, and credibility in the person you're speaking to. These are the things you can try whenever you're going for an interview next, or whenever you're going for any encounter for that matter. Trust me, you will see a huge change and the results will say. I'll see you in the next video. Till then.